Hi, my name is Vivian Ristolosa, and I am a student at the University of Accounting Public.
Good evening, my name is Jairo Tibasosa and I am in the Accounting and Finances program at the university.
Good evening. My name is Carolina Torres. I am a student of Public Accounting. Here is some information about non-profit entities. Non-profit entities are entities usually without transferable ownership interests, organized and operated exclusively for social, educational, professional, religious, health, charitable, or other non-profit purposes. Members, contributors, and other resource providers of non-profit organizations in such status don't receive any financial return directly from the organization. These entities have three distinctive characteristics. First, they receive contributions from major funders who don't expect a commensurate of equivalent monetary return. Second, they operate for purposes and other generating profits. Third, there is an absence of ownership interest, as is the case with commercial enterprises. In Colombia, the Bogota Chamber of Commerce has defined them as non-profit entities are legal entities that are constituted by the will of association or creation of one or more persons, natural or legal, to carry out activities for the benefit of associated third parties of community in general. Non-profit entities don't pursue the distribution on its members. Adjusting to avoid definition, the following is understood. 1. Non-profit entities must be legal entities. Second, the activities of these entities may benefit associates, third parties of the general public. This adds an element of complexity because it generates a wide range of possible structures. 3. They don't seek to distribute profits. However, in some cases there is a distribution of surpluses, as is the case with the entities in the solidarity sector. However, it leaves out some key aspects of these entities such as 1. The origin and nature of the funds received. 2. The non-existence of investment securities in the composition of the equity. Classification of not-profit entities. The International Classification of Non-Profit Organizations, supported by the UN, divides these entities into 12 categories. Group 1, Culture and Recreation. Group 2, Education and Research. Group 3, Health. Group 4, Social Services. Group 5, Environment. Group 6, Development and Housing. Group 7, Law, Defense and Politics. Group 8, Philanthropic Intermediaries and Promotion of Voluntaries. Group 9, International. Group 10, Religion. Group 11, Professional and Business Association, Trade Unions. Group 12, not as were classified. Regulation on not-profit entities in Colombia. Not-profit entities have been in our legislation since the Constitution of 1886. Article 44 of that charter provides. It is permitted for foreign companies, associations, and foundations that are not contrary to morality or legal order. Associations and foundations may obtain recognition as legal persons. Religious associations must submit to the civil authority in order to be under the protection of the laws. Authorization issued by their respective ethical superiority. To respect to the accounting aspect, 11 norms are evidence, which are Articles 47 and 55. Law 21 of 1982 refers to accounting in family compensation funds. Article 56. Law 79 of 1988 refers to accounting in cooperatives. Articles 20, 21, Decree 1333 of 1989 refers to financial statements in pre-cooperatives. Articles 20, 28, 55, Decree 1581 of 1989 refers to accounting and financial statements in employee funds. Article 36, Law 454 of 1988, power to Super Solidaria to establish accounting rules for the sector. Article 51, Law 675 of 2001, compulsory accounting for condominiums.
And to the control aspect, the norms are evidenced. Article 48, Law 21 from 1982 says that mandatory fiscal auditing from family compensations funds. The Article 38 from Law 29 from 1988, compulsory statutory audit for cooperatives. The Article 12 from the Decree 1333 from 1989 says that compulsory statutory audit of pre-cooperatives. From the Article 9 Decree 1480 from 1989. The Article 9 Decree 1440 from 1949 says that mandatory statutory audit from mutual associations. The Articles 5, 8, 20, 28, 30, 31, and 41 says that the Decree 1481 from 1989 references to statutory auditions in employee funds. The Article 20 from the Decree 1482 from 1989 says that compulsory statutory audit for cooperative administrations. The Article 2, 3, and 5 from the Decree 1529 from 1990 says that mandatory statutory auditors for associations, corporations, and foundations. The Article 45 from the Law 1900 from 1995 establishes that obligatory nature of financial audits when the requirements are met, but this was not regulated. The Article 21 from the Decree 1228 from 1995 says something about compulsory auditing from sports organizations. The Article 56 from the Law 675 from 2001 says that compulsory financial auditing for commercial or mixed-use developments. The financial statements. The financial statements are the same as for any other type of entity, since there are no different regulatory frameworks for ESALs, as indicated above. However, their presentation format have particularities that must be adapted to the characteristics or the type of these entities concerned, the objectives pursued, and the relevance for the information for users, among other factors. In accordance with paragraph 8945 for IS 1, the formats and names of the statements should be adapted to the needs of the users of the reporting entity's information, a principle that has been followed in this guidance. The users of information from these entities are mostly stakeholders. Some typical stakeholders and their needs are as follows. Contributors. They are the originators of the entity's primary resources. As such, they are interested in ensuring that their contributions have been used as intended and with the proper authorizations. Donors. They main concern that their donations are used according to their instructions. Affiliates, members, or associates, if any. They want to be satisfied about the use of their dues and about the good running of the entity in general. Users, they are not normally interested in financial information because, given the characteristics of the entities, they are usually individuals or families with unfavorable socioeconomic condition or the special situations. However, they are interested in learning about the services provided by the entity. Groups applicable. These entities may belong to any of the three groups established in the regulations and therefore apply the IFRS. Thus, for micro companies as applicable. Consequently, according to the group to which it belongs, it might be present. Group number 1, statement of financial position, statement of activities, statement of changes in net assets, and the statement of cash flows. The group number 2 should use the statements as group 1. However, if the entity has had no movement in contributions or items of other comprehensive income, alternatively, it may omit the statement of changes in net assets and the statement of activities and accumulated surplus. The group number 3, the statement of financial position and statement of activities. Those belonging to group 3 may alternatively use the IFRS for SME or IFRS. It may also apply to some section to the IFRS for SME or some specific IFRS, as long as it complies with the whole section or the complete standard, as the case might be. It is evident that these entities, the main user, are different from these for a pure profit entity, and may vary depending on their characteristic. For example, if a compensation fund, the main users may be the members, the contributing entities, and the state, while in a foundation, the potential and current contributors. It is concluded that the IFRS conceptual framework for financial information is not sufficient to establish the information parameters of these entities because it focuses on the usefulness of the information for economic decision making, but leaves aside a crucial element: administrative responsibility. The financial structure for non-profit entities is not mostly banking, since they can be evaluated as high financial risk clients unless they have an important source for resources, as is highly probable.
Elements of financial statements. There is no difference between the elements of the financial statement of a for-profit entity and those of a non-profit entity to the definition included in the technical regularity framework are the same for them. However, given their nature, these entities may present items that are not very frequent in commercial entities. Given the restriction that often exists on assets, the existence of government subsidies in main case, the different types of contribution and the nature of the contributions. Main financial statements. The financial statements of non-profit entities must also comply with the criterion of economic growth incorporated in the technical regulatory framework. That is, if a ESAL has significant influence in another entity, it must treat it as an associate if it shares control of an entity with one or more other inventors. It must treat it as a jointly controlled entity, and if it has control in the terms of IFRS 10 of section 9 of the IFRS for SEMS, and the case might be it must consolidate its financial statement of financial positions. As may not be argued, in practice there are two models used internationally: the Anglo-Saxon and the Continental model. The former focus on the existing restriction on assets, while the latter focus on the identification of assets and equity, but without delving into the types of ratios. The Anglo-Saxon model presents the EXF in list format, presenting the items in order of decreasing liquidity or enforceability, while the Continental model usually presents the EXF in accounting format, presenting the items in order of increasing liquidity or enforceability, although the latter format is also used in the English case. A not-for-profit entity in Colombia may select the model of format it prefers. According to the not-for-profit entity, the presentation of the net assets or equity may include variations, especially in the presentation of liabilities and net assets.